Hello friends, till now we have already discussed about two types of sentences using which we can frame many sentences in our mind and we can speak automatically and easily. Today I am going to speak about the third type of sentence, and it's very important because it is about action. So our previous sentences were about condition or about position. Now I am going to discuss about the action type sentences. And first of all, the first type of action. What is the first type of action? It's about our habits. If you want to speak about anyone's habit, how to speak about that? Without focusing on your tense, without focusing on the traditional grammar rule, I am teaching now how to speak about the habit of anyone. Suppose you have to speak about the habit of yourself, or about your father, about your mother, about your brother, about your friend, about anyone. How to speak about that? It's very easy, friends, very easy. For that you have to follow one structure. What is that structure? The structure is you have to say only the first form of the verb. First form of the verb after the subject. Suppose you have to say about your habit. You can say I and the verb. I and the verb. Means suppose playing cricket is your habit. You have to say I play cricket every day. And before that you must understand what is the habit. Many people think that everyday action is our habit. Absolutely correct. But in spite of all that, there are many other habits, other actions which can be our habitual action, but they do not do that every day. Suppose you do one action once a week, that also becomes your habit. Suppose you do one action once a month, that also becomes your habit. Suppose you do one action irregularly, not regularly, that can also be your habit. So what is the rule? What is the definition of habit? You must know that first of all. Habit means any action that you repeat. Yes, my friends. Any repeated action is your habitual action, and if you want to speak about that, you can use this structure. The structure is subject plus verb 1. And remember, you have to add S form. You have to add S or ES to the verb if the subject is a single one. Single one means? Single one means if the subject is not you, not I. If the subject is your father, your mother, your friend, single one, not friends, but one friend. If you have to say about the habitual action or the habit of your friend, how to say that? You have to use S form. Let me give you one example. If you want to say about your friend's habit, suppose you say playing cricket is my friend's habit. You can say my friend plays cricket every day, or my friend always plays cricket. Plays, not play, because my friend is a single one. Remember, some rules you have to remember. Some rules, not more rules. You have to focus more and more on speaking and less on grammar, less on rules. This is the rule. So friends, if you want to speak about your friend's any habit, suppose you can say watching TV is my friend's habit. You can say my friend watches TV every day. My friend watches TV in the evening. My friend watches TV every afternoon. That means it is the everyday action of your friend, or it is the habitual action of your friend. Suppose you have to say one habit of your father or many habits. You can say my father reads the newspaper. It means reading newspaper is your father's habit. My father goes to the office every day. This is your father's habit. Suppose purchasing vegetables is your father's habit. You can say my father purchases vegetables every week or every day. Suppose you have to say about the habitual action of your brother. You can say my brother plays cricket every day. My brother goes to college every day. Plays, because your brother is a single one. My brother watches TV every day. My brother feeds the cows every day. Suppose you have to say the habitual action of your sister. You can say, my sister sings every day. My sister dances on the stage. Sometimes my sister cooks when my mother is not at home. So these are the habits of your family members, you can say. Suppose you have to say the habitual action of your grandmother. You can say, my grandmother tells me stories. So telling story is the habitual action of your grandmother. Suppose you have to say about the habitual action of your grandfather. You can say, my grandfather loves me a lot. So these are something about the habitual action of so many people. So in this way, dear friends, you can say about the habitual action of everyone without focusing on tense, without focusing on any grammar rule, but you have to practice it. Practice it. First of all, you have to practice about yourself. What are your habits? Just write it down or speak in your mind and then use your tongues. So, dear friends, speak about your own habit first. Suppose studying, playing, watching TV, cooking, dancing, singing. If these are all your habits, you can say, I sing, I dance, I play, I cook, I study. In this way, you can say so many things. But the question is, if you have to say that this is not your habit, how can you say? You can use do not or does not. Do not or does not. Does not for the single one and do not for the rest of all. If you have to say playing cricket is not my habit, you can say I do not play cricket. Cooking is not your habit. I don't cook. Watching TV is not your habit. I don't watch TV every day. Quarreling is not your habit. I don't quarrel with my friends. Suppose you have to say, this is not the habit of my father. You can say, my father doesn't get angry with me. Suppose you have to say, this is not the habit of your brother or mother. You can say, my brother does not play cricket. My mother does not cook. My mother doesn't hate me. My mother doesn't hate anyone. Suppose you have to say, this is not your sister's habit. You can say, my sister does not do not, does not. My sister does not work every day. Suppose you have to say about your teacher's habit. My teacher always teaches us. My teacher does not get angry with us. My teacher does not punish us. So in this way we can say something is someone's habit, something is not someone's habit. Suppose you have to ask any question regarding the habitual action of anyone. How to say? Use do or does in the beginning without the WH word. If there is any WH word, you have to say the WH word in the beginning. After that you have to say do or does. So friends, let me make some questions using do or does. Suppose you have to ask about your friend's habit. You do not know whether it is the habit of your friend or not. You can say, does my friend play cricket? Does my brother like movies? Does my sister dance on the stage? Does my mother hate you? So you are asking about whether these are the habitual actions of your mother, of your father, of your brother, of anyone. Suppose you have to say about the plural nouns. Suppose you have to know whether this is a habit of your villagers, of the people around you or not. You can say, do the people of our village work here? Do the children of this village play cricket? Do. Why do? Because it's plural. Children is plural, people is plural, villagers plural. So when you have to say something about the plural noun, use do. Singular, use does. That's it. Does means S form. Do means without S. So it needs practice. You have to practice it. Suppose you have to ask any question regarding the habitual action of anyone using any WH word. So put that WH word before do or does. That's it. like where do you live, where do you play, do you play, then where do you play, when do you play, when do you watch TV, when does your father come home, when does your mother cook, when does your brother watch TV, when does your father return from his office. So these are the things. So dear friends, in this way you can use the habitual action. So now I think you are clear about how to say about the habitual action of anyone without focusing on tense, without focusing on your traditional grammar rules. In this way you can start your speaking. So I think that's all for today. I have discussed the first type of action, that is about the habitual action, and for the next types of actions you have to wait for the next video. Till then, bye bye. But if you like this, do like, share and subscribe. Bye.